Hello, my friends, and welcome back to my channel, and welcome to day 15 of Christy's Beautiful Life 30 Days of Sketches Series 8 and Scraptember 2021 with Jess and Katie from the Scrappy Sisters and Laura Alberts. So today's sketch is, of course, up here in the corner, and it's a lovely and it's a fun grid sketch. I do love grids, and I love all of the different ways that grids can be interpreted. I went fairly classic today and fairly pretty close to the sketch in terms of the grid itself, although I have 3 photos as opposed to 4. So I used this sort of block here for my title and a little bit of embellishing and stickers instead of lots of journaling. I will just have to put a little bit of journaling in this lovely little piece here. Now today's prompt is pattern paper background. So that one is fairly easy for me because I do that pretty much all the time. And as you know, if you have been following me recently, even if you are new, you know that I have developed a slight obsession with the Bella Boulevard Besties Faux Solids, as my friend Kelly calls them, in particular the graph and dot collection of them, and I love, love, love them. So I did use the navy graph as my background here, and then rather than do all sorts of little squares, or perhaps it was just one strip of a paper with lines on it or strips on it, I had these little scraps on my desk, and I decided to just do a little bit of a pattern top and bottom with these 2 strips that I had. I cut them in 2 on the diagonal and then placed the larger ones at the top, smaller ones at the bottom to just frame everything in, and I love that. So I sort of added a little something here at the bottom that is not on the sketch. So I got that down. Then I had chosen this paper from the Simple Stories. Now, is this a Safe Travel or the Family Fun? I think it's the Safe Travel collection. And I had chosen this to be the nice big block of paper, and I was going to put my photos down here. But then I felt that it just not blended in, but really I did not like this sort of water, beautiful aqua, turquoisey blue against this. So I went in and I just matted my photos after having removed the borders from the photos, the white borders. I went back in and matted my photos in white. And I like that because not only does it matte and give a border to the photo, but it gives a little bit of texture. And I like the texture that matting adds as opposed to just printing a photo with a border. So I often remove the borders and matte my photos, which is what I did here. So I got this lovely big block down. It's a little bit more than 8 by 8, and it's a little, so it's probably 8 this way and maybe 8 1/4 long. So a little bit off, but in that realm to give you a little bit of an idea. And I got my photos down. And this is just, and the journaling here will read, because I live very close to a park, which is called Le Parc Richelieu, here in my little town. And that park has been here and there forever with the pool. And when I was young, when we first came back to this town, to Saint-Thérèse, and I was maybe 10 or 11, that was the community pool that you could join. And I did not live as close then as I do now. In fact, I probably lived about 3 or 4 kilometers, but it was the park. And it was the park that you could play in, and it had the pool, and it has evolved. It now has wading pools, so little pools for children. The pool has been revamped and redone. Lots and lots and lots of areas to play. There's even a volleyball pitch in the winter. Of course, there's a skating rink. So it's just a fun park. And really just what I want to say here is I spent so much of my from the age of about 10 to, and right through into my teens in this park. And I still walk through this park every time I go to Mom's because I can take a little bit of a shortcut. It's not really a shortcut, but it's just a nicer little way on my way and on my way back to Mom's. And this summer, I have started on the way back, sometimes just sitting down at one of the picnic tables and just breathing a little bit and relaxing and letting some of the day's stress or the visit stress wash away. And it gave me the idea that I might just like to every once in a while grab my chair and go. I mean, I can do that on the grounds here of my building. We have a few lovely trees and I can sit under them. But I have the idea that I might, every once in a while just take my chair and go back into that park under a lovely tree, with maybe a little bit of a snack and a book, and go spend an hour or so. And that's what walking through it every, 2 or 3 times a week has brought to mind. And that's what I want to record. Now, that's a lot more than I think will fit here. So we'll see. I might have to do a little bit of an insert or pop some journaling on a tag that I can pop behind the layout, which I love doing. I put it in a glassine bag. So we'll see. So my title, because it comes from all of the summer adventures I had as a child, is this beautiful Bramble Fox perspective that I got in my August Fox box. So I got that there, and it is lovely. I put this little windmill behind it, a few stickers from the Safe Travel, so play all day, having some fun times, weekend vibes, couple of chipboard stickers. And then I was rifling through my die cuts, and the Admit one, it was right there, and I took it out and I said, that's just perfect for there. Because, you do need a ticket to get into the pool, not into the park, but into the pool. You either need a yearly pass or you have to buy a ticket. I'm sure it's pretty much still that today. So I popped that there. Couple of little stars, a flat back Brad, just a tiny little cluster down here with Let's Play, some of the star stickers. This is from Family Fun, flat back Brad here, and a little collection of flat back Brads here. So Staycation and the dots and this little tiny one here. And that's all there is to today's layout, and I love it. I wasn't sure, in all honesty, once I had the photos down and this big block, I wasn't quite sure how I was going to, and I took the summer's adventures, and thank God I didn't come on here and do it with you, because you would have spent probably 10 minutes of just watching me move this all over the place, from down here to here to here, everywhere. But once I settled it, then everything else fell into place. So tell me, do you still live in the town that you grew up in? I had quite a few years in between where I was not in this town. I left here at the quite young age, I think maybe 18 or so, into town for school and work. Then, of course, I got married and I lived on what we call here the West Island, so outside of the Montreal core, but over in the west side. So I was there for 17 or so years. And then after my divorce, I moved back to this town, and there are our bells. Oh yes, so after my divorce, I came back to this town, and I have been here ever since. So tell me, have you always lived in the same town? And if so, do you have some of these little spots from your childhood that you still visit or go and see, or like one of the little restaurants or a little landmark or something like that that has been accompanying you throughout your childhood, teens, and now into your adult life? Or have you completely moved away from where you were raised? Let me know if you feel so inclined down in the comments below. And I will see you back here again tomorrow. And of course, as always, make sure you pop on down below and follow all those links and join the Facebook groups to share your takes on these sketches and prompts with us. So again, today's prompt was pattern paper background. See you tomorrow, friends. Thanks for being here.